everyone, and welcome back to the Walking Dead series by the Verdicts In.
Welcome.
I'm your host, Nicole.
I'm Gary.
And today we're talking about The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 7, entitled Promises Broken. Gary, before we get into our likes and dislikes, what do you think overall of the episode?
Overall, it was a decent episode. It wasn't the best. You know, I don't like saying that. Why do we have to say it wasn't the best? I want to be positive. Okay. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it better than the Daryl episode.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't even know why I said that. You know, I said I was going to be positive.
Right. Do that little sly little dissing right there.
Yeah. I guess it's this yak I'm sipping on.
Okay. Don't go full Bob now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go full Bob. I'm gonna take a couple of sips.
Yeah, you got this. You got to sip on a little something.
I'm gonna take a little sips of the yak.
Yeah. Well, I did not at first like the episode.
Okay.
And then I actually was willing to come in here and say I hated it.
Wow.
But then Chantel made some sense. Just a few moments ago, Chantel and Tiffany were talking on Twitter, and Chantel was like, this episode was good, but just compared to last week, it's pretty much hard to get so excited from it, you know?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened because I'm still this is how much I loved last week's episode. I'm now it was amazing, but I'm now on a rewatching Walking Dead marathon.
Right.
Because that episode just reminded me of why we love this show. I just was like, oh my gosh, now I want to go back and rewatch everything because every time when we come in here and we forget stuff that happened, especially when it's like 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm like, I'm ready to rewatch, and I'm already on season 4 within this, like a week span.
You have a lot of time on your hands.
I do have a lot of time. I mean, sometimes I'm not actively watching because I usually just have it on while I'm work, but for the most part, and I've been enjoying the rewatch, like season 2, which I thought was a bad season.
I'm gonna call your boss.
Call her.
Tell her you're not working at home.
Call her.
See, that's what y'all remote folks. I can't stand y'all.
Don't be hating on us remote folks, okay? But no,
I hate y'all.
Season 2 was so good, and originally I was like my whole life or whatever, I've been saying that season 2 was like the worst season. But now I rewatched it, I was like, no, I actually enjoyed season 2. I mean, I really enjoyed Shane. So, yeah. But anywho, so going to this episode, last week's was very high bar.
It was. And I think I mentioned to you after the episode when you said I hate it. I said it was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
Like, we can't compare it to last week. In fact, this season had like 3 amazing episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can't compare it to those. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
We just can't compare it to those.
You're right.
But it wasn't bad.
Yeah. It's like going and seeing Michael Jackson in concert, and then Michael Jackson comes on stages and performs, and you're like, yes, Michael. And then, like, afterwards, like, I don't know, Flavor Flav gets on stage, and you're like, okay.
Hold up. You can't compare this one. How do you go from Michael to Flav?
That's almost what it was like. Okay, maybe it wasn't that bad. Like, Michael Jackson, and then...
This is probably Trey Songz.
Okay, yeah. So Trey Songz, good, but he's no Michael Jackson.
Right.
So, or how I sometimes like to compare The Weeknd, he has a little MJ in him, some of his songs.
Yeah. I mean, this wasn't a Michael Jackson, and it wasn't a Weeknd. It was more like a Trey Songz, or that's it.
Yeah.
It was, like, he's good. Like, I can listen to him, but I'm not going to pay money to go see him.
Right. Especially not more than once. So, all right, let's get into our likes then. And they were actually, and I don't know if I just had that negative attitude, because when we were watching the second time and I'm trying to like come up with likes, I'm like, it's a stretch. Like, it was okay. I guess I didn't like it. I mean, I guess I liked it. I didn't love it. But it is called likes. So, all right. So Negan trying to like make a deal with Maggie and saying like, hey, I help you out because you on a dummy mission, a death mission, a suicide mission. So if I do stay and help you out, then we're even Steven. No more giving me the mean mug. No more me looking behind my shoulders. And I'm like, Negan, I never seen you look behind your shoulders because you've been antagonizing her like you're not scared. But now you're talking as if you've been trembling in your boots.
I mean, he probably has. I mean, you don't want to give off the impression that you're scared.
Yeah, you don't want to go Eugene.
Yeah, you don't want to let people know that they got to you or they're getting to you.
True.
You gotta, talk shit, smile, laugh. But remember, I can't remember what episode that was when he said, "Oh, so you're in on it too." He didn't say it to him, but it was Daryl.
Yeah.
And when Daryl and Maggie walked away, he was like, "Oh, so you're in on it too." So it let you know that was in the back of his head, that now it's not just one person you have to watch out for. He had to watch out for multiple people.
Multiple people, right.
And then what was the little leprechaun? The guy
called him a leprechaun. Damn, now I forgot his name.
But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so he had to watch his back from him too.
Yeah, former savior.
The former savior, yeah.
Get on your tippy toes.
What is his name though?
Watch, it's gonna come to me in a few minutes. I just gotta stop thinking about it and it'll come.
And watch, you can just blurt it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna blurt it out. For some reason, I feel like Alden, but I know it's not that.
It is.
It's close to Alden.
I think it is Alden.
No, that don't sound right. Let's just look real quick.
I guarantee you that you were right.
Oh shit, I am right. Well, why doesn't it doesn't sound right? It sounds like it's close.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. When we get to listener letters, we're going to talk about, people who are still alive and who are not alive any longer.
Okay.
I made a little error last week. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So Alden, yeah, he was talking shit about Alden.
Then where's Alden at?
I think Alden, he's at the church right now. I was going to say, didn't he die? But no, he's at the church. Remember, they kept him in the church because he got stabbed like 10 times. And they expect when they come back, he'll be alive.
When he come back, he will be alive.
As a walker.
As a walker, yeah.
All right, so Negan, he was probably like the MVP of the episode. He's always funny. And, he's sitting there smiling and laughing and stuff. And I think Maggie was like, this is not funny. He's like, well, not with that attitude. Like, he did the whole Negan talk, And
right.
I liked it because he said, like, that he kept his mask. Oh, that's what it was about. He kept his mask for practical and sentimental reasons. I'm like, he's so sick. Yeah. Like, when I hear the sentimental reasons, I'm like, ew, is he thinking about his time with Alpha?
He probably is.
Yeah, or he's thinking about his...
Because you have to think about it, and I hate to go here, but we are in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's not too often, because he's not getting none right now.
Yep. He's been in jail for like 7 years.
He's in jail 7 years, and Maggie's not about to throw it at him. So he got to remember the time he was with Alpha.
You're sick.
He gotta have mental pictures.
Nah, I think he kept it because he's like, if they ever try to, boot me out of here, I'm gonna have my mask. I'll be ready to blend in. I think that was like his backup plan.
No, I think he said what he said. He thinking about Alpha.
Sentimental reasons, huh?
Sentimental.
All right. Next, we have Maggie was telling the truth. So Leah told Daryl that, hey, this was their spot. We took it from them. And the reason why we have to keep going after them is because we don't want them to come back. Right.
Well, according to, I guess, what she said, yeah, Maggie was telling the truth. I don't buy it. And I'm not saying I don't buy that story. I just don't buy the story in general. I think the writers just wrote this on a fly. The spur of the moment said, hey, let's bring Maggie, we have everybody thinking Maggie's a traitor. Now let's kind of reel him back in and have Leah say, okay, we took this from her. I don't believe it. Because in Maggie's earlier stories, she never said that they were there chilling and somebody just came and took what's theirs. I don't know, maybe she was embarrassed by it, getting her stuff taken. But I would think that's something that you would tell people. You don't just go back home and just say, yeah, there's some bad people following us. Why are they following you? If they took what's yours, I don't understand it. If they took what was yours, why are they still coming after you?
Right. I mean, well, that's why it wasn't clear, because she wasn't clear. So I think that's why you were able to, start being suspicious of her. But now that they've told the full story, I accept the story as is.
But don't you think that's kind of fishy? I mean, I accept the story because the story is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think the writers just wrote this in there.
It's
because
possible.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
I would think that's the first thing you would say to somebody. I don't think she told them that yet. Like, hey, we were living there, enjoying ourselves, and they came and took it from us. In fact, the story gets even weirder because they need supplies at the Alexandria. They need supplies, and Maggie say, oh, I know where supplies is. And you're going to take them back there?
Right. Well, maybe she did explain it. Because remember when she first said, let's go on this mission, they were all saying no to suicide mission. That's why Rosita didn't come. And remember when Gabriel volunteered?
Well, they know it was a suicide mission because they already seen the guy, the type of people that was after them. By those people being after them, that had me thinking something totally different. Like, you're marked. The guy said you're marked.
Right.
So it's like, I stole your bike and now I'm mad at you.
Right.
Why am I mad at you? Because you let me steal your bike? I stole your bike. Now I'm going to mark you? That don't make any sense.
Yeah, I think they just sort of messed up on everything. And I can't remember exactly what she told them that day when she proposed to their new building. Or going back to her old home. She might have even told them that story then. I just can't recall. I just don't remember her ever saying specifically what happened.
I just think that's weird that she would take them back there. That's not yours anymore. How do you know food is still there?
True. Yumiko's brother saying he didn't want to get burned out again as a doctor. He likes what he's doing here. And pretty much, do not fuck this up for me. Do not tell anyone I'm a doctor. She's like, okay. But remember, Chantel reminded us in Yumiko's interview, she mentioned, hey, I have a brother. He's a surgeon, blah, blah. And I'm guessing that may be one of the reasons why the people come and get him.
Right.
Because the guy tells Yumiko later, Mr. Hornsby says he'll be home tonight. That's all I can tell you.
Well, you have to think about it. They want her to stay. They want her to be a part of the community. And she tells them, I'm not going to stay long. Now they got to play their card. So I'm pretty sure they took him to kind of hold at it like, okay, we'll let your brother go, but you got to agree to do this.
Right. Or we're going to make him a doctor. Or he can leave.
Or they probably going to kick him out. Like, you weren't honest with us.
Yeah. We can kick you out or you can stay and be a doctor.
That's crazy. Because he was forced to be a doctor by his parents.
Right.
Now he's about to be forced to be a doctor again.
Right. That's fucked.
All you want to do is just kick back and make cakes.
Yep. And just be happy. All right. Negan encouraging Maggie, while she's trying and practicing being a whisperer. Like, I liked him giving her the encouragement. He's like, you're doing great, Maggie. I was like, and even the guy, that Maggie's friend, was like, has he changed? She's like, yeah, he's different, but you never know, or whatever, with him. And that's when he was like, are you going to keep your promise? And she said, I'm going to try. The promise that she'll let bygones be bygones.
I mean, it's been like 30, 40 years. Well, you know what? There's some stuff I haven't let go.
Yeah.
And it happened to me as a kid.
See?
Sometimes I still look at my mom's side eye.
Right. You give me a spanking because what? You tripping, yo. All right. And then Ezekiel returning all happy and good as new. I like seeing the happy Ezekiel that we've all grown to love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
He's medicated.
Yep. Medicated and happy.
Or he's on that yak.
All right, dislikes. The Reaper saying his prayer. I mean, this was a dislike the first time we watched it, but I don't know now. Because the Reaper saying his prayer and Gabriel sitting over there watching him. And Maggie already told him, if you see one by themselves, kill them. And then when he gets back, he says, nope, didn't see anyone. And I'm like, what was that about?
Yeah.
But upon second watch, I believe Gabriel had just said a prayer over Maggie's friend, or over the friend's sister's best friend, Teresa, or I don't know, whatever. The girl, the walker they had to kill, and was like, that's his sister's best friend.
Yeah.
So the prayer that Gabriel said over her, tomb, I think was the same prayer that the Reaper was saying. And maybe that's why Gabriel didn't kill him.
Yeah, but I still don't understand why he lied.
To Maggie. Well, he could, yeah, why didn't he just say, yeah, but I didn't get to him?
But yeah, I'm starting not to trust Gabriel.
Welcome to this non-trust. Nah,
and
I don't trust Gabriel.
And I don't understand, if Gabriel says God's no longer here, then what's he doing praying?
Yeah. Gabriel's, he's, I don't know, he's messed up. He don't know what he believes. One moment God's there, next minute not, so who knows.
So do you think when a guy was praying, it kind of made him revisit his faith?
I think maybe he thought he just was too uncomfortable with it since he had just said that same prayer. If it was the same prayer, I literally listened closely, and then I listened to his closely, and I'm like, I'm not rewinding that shit to listen for a third time. I think it's the same prayer. So.
Did you just call it shit? Are you talking about the prayer, or are you talking about...
I was talking about the fake prayer on television, yes. It was a fake prayer. It's not real.
It was acting, but I don't think that prayer is fake. I think it was a real prayer.
You mean like a real prayer? Like, I don't know. Like what's the "for God to love the world"? That prayer. What is that prayer called?
You talking about in the Bible?
Shut up.
What are you?
Okay, let's move on, dude.
This is getting awkward.
All right.
Gotta start taking you out of church.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No comment. Mr. Hornsby, Yumiko, all the professional workers up in Commonwealth. I just looked at them like weirdos. I mean, it's one thing with the stormtrooper outfits, but sitting here, Yumiko with her hair pulled back, the full face makeup, the professional outfit. I'm like, why are y'all doing all this?
Well, they're trying to make it as normal as they can.
Yes, but you have to adapt to your environment. You have to change. It doesn't always have to be. You don't have to have a rotary phone just because once upon a time rotary phones were a thing. You slowly move and adapt and change with that environment.
Well, I think the concept of the Commonwealth is to make it the old normal, not the new normal.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want people just walking around stinking.
No, but like when I saw her full face makeup, the heels, I'm like, why?
But I'm pretty sure that makes her feel good because she likes being a lawyer.
Yeah, but it's like playing pretend. You're not really living.
Well, you have to
you're
think
not
about
living
it.
for the world that you're in.
You have to think about it. They're not in danger at this moment. They're inside the Commonwealth.
You're always in danger, like Rick said.
No, but I'm saying they're inside the Commonwealth. So really, they are adapted. There's baking cakes, designing them and everything. So I don't see anything wrong with it. Like if I was out there for years, running from walkers, running from people, and now I'm in the Commonwealth, I'm going to feel pretty good.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then if they've been wearing dirty clothes and stinky and da-da-da, now they're like,
right.
Okay. So the man taking Daryl and Leah to where his family was, I didn't like that. Not a show dislike necessarily, but the man's dislike. Like, are you serious? You don't know what they were about to do. They could have killed their whole family, and that's actually what her orders were to kill them all.
Yeah.
Why did you bring them back to your family, dude? At this point, you guys are so far in the apocalypse.
Well,
it's
you
10
know
years
what?
in.
Wasn't his wife about to die anyway?
Yeah. But the thing is, he still had a son, and at this point, 10 years in, they should know, hey, if a certain amount of time I don't come back, shit hit the fan, move on.
All right, so I'm going to play devil's advocate. I guess it's what I always do, so I'm going to just continue doing it.
All right.
I left my son with my wife that's about to die. So if they kill me at this moment, then I don't know what's going to happen to my son. I would rather go back and they kill all of us together.
Than for you to die out there and then your
I
son
die out
probably
there and my son
is all alone.
Either dies from his mother's hand or he's all alone.
Yeah. Or from a scouter, another scouter
right.
or a walker.
Right. So
okay.
It made more sense once they got there. Because I was thinking the same thing, like, you better die right now.
Yeah.
You're not taking them back to your family. But when we got to the wife and we saw that she was already sick, she was dying, it makes sense. Like, okay, I'm telling them the truth. I'll take y'all back. If something happens, it's going to happen to all of us together.
Yeah.
I'm not going to die right here not knowing what's happening to my child or is going to happen to my child.
Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense, Gary. So you moved it over.
What?
Yeah, you moved it from my dislikes. Next dislike is the rich guy acting like an ass. I mean, it was just too much. Like how we always talk about Eugene going full scared. This guy went too spoiled. It was like he was the classic cliche, I'm a rich guy asshole. And I didn't like that. Like, come on, give us a little dimension. And then, okay, well, a few things. Well, I got a few things, but go ahead. What do you got to say about this guy first?
I don't want to speak on his asshole.
Yeah.
It's just
like,
weird.
They saved you. He's like, we got private security. Well, where the hell were they? And you know what I mean?
Why was his private security the same security as securing the town?
Right.
Like, how's he securing the town and he's your private security?
And he did ask him. He was like, Mercer, where the hell were you? And Mercer was looking at him, and I'm like, Mercer, we've been through too much shit. too much shit to this happened in the apocalypse. You gonna let this man talk to you like that? I don't care whose son he is. Man, I would have. What's that where you hand it?
Mush his head.
Yeah, I would have mushed his head in if I was Mercer. But Mercer like sat there and played it cool and calm, and I'm like, fuck that. This is the time to get wild. So, so I didn't like that. And then the second part of me not liking this whole scene, or prior to Mercy and them showing up, was like Stephanie was like, when the walker was coming, the rich guy's girlfriend, just standing over there. And then Stephanie sees a walker coming up from behind her. And she's like, Eugene trying to get Eugene's attention like he her daddy. Like when your parents having a conversation with somebody. And I'm like, and then she goes and she ends up killing herself. Like, one, fake Stephanie. Why didn't you just go and kill yourself from the beginning? Two, if you weren't going to kill yourself, why didn't you warn at least the girl that a walker was coming up from behind her? It just didn't make any sense. That whole scene didn't make sense.
It didn't.
Like, why were the rich guy and his girlfriend having a date in a risky place?
And why is there a rich guy in Apocalypse?
Why is there a rich guy?
I don't. If this is a Commonwealth, then they want. Well, I guess they wanted to feel normal.
Yeah.
But normally,
they wanted to feel old school normal.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like,
you're onto something.
And then whoever, Stephanie or whoever was like, don't you know who this is? I'm like, dude, I just got here. What the fuck?
Do you know who I am?
What are you talking about? How would I know who this is? And you know I just got here. Like, come on.
I'm Eugene, first in my name.
Oh, shit. That was funny.
The breaker of chains.
Yeah. And then when he was disrespecting Eugene, I'm like, hold up now. Only people who care and love for Eugene are allowed to talk shit about him. You can't be coming up here talking shit to my man.
You're not family. You're not part of the crew.
That's pretty much it. I don't know. They got their herd, but I don't know if that was supposed to be on my dislikes list because I didn't dislike it. I actually like that they got a herd that quickly.
Yeah, I'm glad Alpha. Well, not what Alpha did and everything, but I'm glad they're learning from the things they've been through.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, this is the smartest shit they could have did. In fact, Alpha her whole game plan around the world, just acting like a zombie and traveling with them.
Right.
That was just dope.
But she didn't travel that far with them, since she always stayed in that area.
And she kept them locked up.
I don't get why they stay in the area.
She kept them locked up in a cave.
Right.
I would let my walkers free. I let them wild. We were wreaking havoc everywhere.
Yep.
But what if somebody see a herd of walkers coming and they have their shotgun? They shoot the real person.
I always think that. I was just thinking that too. I just watched the episode where Andrea shot Daryl, grazed him in the head when she thought he was a walker.
Yeah. What season was that?
That was... I just watched it, but all the seasons are running together. Oh, well, they were at the prison, right? No, they were at the farm. So I think it was season 2.
No. They weren't at the farm yet. Were they?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Because Shane was there and everything.
Oh, yeah,
I meant Shane, but Shane was always there. I meant Rick was there. So they were
Rick was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there. Because that's when they had all the walkers inside what was that, barnyard?
The barn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
some good stuff there. I just I'm on season 4 now. What's going on? Beth and Daryl, I'm on their episode. They just bore me to death.
Yeah, the Beth and Daryl, that was boring times.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't kill themselves. I'm bored with this. I'm bored with you, Beth. I'm bored with you too, Daryl.
But it's not as bad as the first time watching. So, but maybe it's because it's nostalgia now.
But you know what? I really enjoyed the first season. I know we're going like all over the place and all off the topic and everything, but the first season, the walkers were amazing.
Oh yeah, because they were lightly jogging.
They were running.
Yeah, they were. Oh, and then speaking of walkers, it's almost like for a second I thought, okay, now rewatching season 1, is walkers the official name, even though every group we meet calls them something different. But when we first meet Morgan calls them walkers.
Yeah.
But then after that, was it Glenn or somebody else, where no one else had said walker around them, they called it a walker. And I'm like, hold on now. Morgan is called a walker. now you're calling it a walker. Is that its official name? Because we've heard them, so many different groups name them different things.
Well, the first person we heard call him walker is Morgan. It's like Morgan just coined the term walker.
He did.
And then after that, then the different groups say, yeah, the walker. Like, no, that's not what you call them.
Right.
That's what Morgan calls them. Like, you wasn't there when Morgan told Rick who they were.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like now that all of them use the same term, but when I saw that, I was like, wait, two different people called it walkers, and they weren't near each other or, anything like that.
Because when Morgan called them walkers, Rick kind of looked like walkers. He kind of looked confused. So Morgan was the first person. But then again, Morgan was the first person that Rick ran into.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but let's get on the listener letters.
And remember, if you would like to be part of the podcast, hit us up, dead@theverdictsin.com. That's dead@theverdictsin.com, or on Facebook at The Verdict's In, or Twitter at The Verdict's In. All right, so today we have a few Facebook comments that we will read. I believe most of it is pertaining to last week's episode. And we have a Facebook message from Alma. Hey, Alma.
Hey, Alma. First time writer.
Yeah. And she goes, hi, y'all. I'm a pretty new listener of the podcast. Totally enjoy tuning in. Thank you. You guys really make me feel like we are friends chatting. Aww. In the season 11, episode 6 review.
Hold on. Alma, we are friends.
We are. I need all the friends I can get. I don't have any IRL friends. All right. In the season 11, episode 6 review, y'all were talking about who the current doctor is at Alexandria. Nicole said it was Enid, but if I remember correctly, they don't have a doctor because Enid ended up with her head on a spike a little while back. I agree this was a scary episode. Look forward to the next podcast and hope The Walking Dead gives us another good episode.
You know, when I read Alma's message and she said about Enid, I just pictured Enid and I saw it. I'm like, you know what? Wow, she's right. I don't know how we forgot about that.
I busted out laughing when I saw that message. I was like, how did we forget about Enid getting killed from the Whispers? I don't know. That would have been early last season.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's when they came in there and got her.
Yes. Yeah. That was at the fair, the night of the fair, and they came and infiltrated.
To be fair, Alma, we tried to, that was a bad night for us. That was a bad night. They came into our home, took our people. We tried to forget all about it.
Put them on the stick. They got Henry on the stick. They got Enid. They had so many people on that stick. I don't even remember all the names no more.
I don't want to remember those times.
Yeah. So when I saw, I was like, I just busted out laughing. Like, how did we forget that?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
so I don't know. I don't know who is the doctor. They're gonna show up somebody. Somebody gonna pop up and they're gonna be the doctor.
Right. They may not have a doctor right now.
Yep. Oh, but Carol has a little bit of training. Carol has a little bit, because now that I'm rewatching, Carol was supposed to deliver Lori's baby, and she was practicing. She said that Herschel was showing her some stuff, and I don't know if she remembers all that stuff.
Yeah, because Herschel was a doctor, right?
Yeah. Well, he was like a veterinarian. But he had to, step up, and he did his damn thing.
We're all mammals.
R.I.P. Herschel.
We're all mammals, so you work on a dog's leg, you work on my leg.
Yep. Well, thank you, Alma.
Hold up. In the zombie apocalypse, that is.
Okay. Only in the zombie apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Alma.
Thank you. And we hope you continue listening and watching with us. Then we have a message from C Cypher on Facebook. Yes, long time. He goes, I'm loving the Team Negan. Remember Negan's start. He found the Saviors. They murdered the Oceanside men. Simon was in charge and out of control. He took women away from them because they were mistreating them. I don't believe the doctor was doing abortions. I believe Negan was always fully good. Organizing a mob is messy. Look at January 6th. It's hard to tell the good from the bad.
I actually agree with them, and I do, because we always talk about this. I always say that Negan's people actually loved him. Well, except the people that got their women taken. But most of the people loved him. Like, remember when Negan got captured? The lady tells him, when is Negan coming back?
Right.
We need Negan.
Right.
Negan had to do what he had to do to protect his people. And in fact, Negan did it better than anybody else in the zombie apocalypse. Because Negan, we didn't have here. Like, because remember, at the compound, that's what it was called? Uh-huh. Remember at the compound, they didn't have any gardens. They couldn't grow anything. No soil. they had limited resources, so they had to go out and take things from other people. Like, hey, when we come here, you give us half of this, or when you come here, you give us half of this. He did what he had to do for his people. Yeah, he went overboard, but like C. Cypher said, it's messy.
Yeah, and although this message came like a week ago prior to this episode, I think it sort of still relates to this episode in the fact that Negan told Maggie, like, if I could do it all again, I would have killed all of you guys.
Right.
Because as he's learned and they keep continuing seeing with Terminus and the governor and so many people, they will come back. If you fight an enemy, you have to finish them. And
right.
Even now, watching, back early season 4, Michonne's out there looking for the governor, and everyone's looking at her like she crazy. And look it, he came back. Well,
I guess that I don't have that type of personality. That to me is like a addictive personality. Like, I gotta do this. I can't. I don't want to call it addictive personality, but it's kind of weird to me that people have that personality where they have to get revenge.
Right.
Like, they have to keep going, life is too short. I'm trying to be happy.
Yeah, I would have been like, okay, let's let it go, cut our losses. Like, at least we're all safe, you guys. We're here, We're back, we're safe.
Man, I mean, this is a big world. Why are you trying to, where are they at? Where are they at right now?
Virginia or somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah, why do you want to be there? This is a big world.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, you took it. Man, I'm going to Cali.
Right.
I'm about to take this little voyage this way. I mean, this world is too big to go back and try to get something back that somebody took from you right here. I don't know. That's not me.
Yeah, that's not me either. But it would probably I would have to become that way eventually, because saying no, that's not me. Let's not be petty. We don't we're good. Like, duh, I would get killed because they would come back. That's the thing.
Why? But that's what I don't understand. Why would they come back? They already took what's yours.
Well, look at Maggie and her people coming back.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to me.
People, I don't know.
If I took something of yours, I'm not going to keep looking for you. I'm going to enjoy what I just took from you.
All right. Yeah, maybe.
It's like a carjacker. You come jack your car, and he just drive around for hours looking for you.
Make sure you don't snitch on him.
Yeah, like, go.
Yeah.
You took the car, go enjoy yourself. Go joyride.
And then when C. Cypher mentioned the doctor doing abortions, it kind of brought up this week's episode when Maggie's like, well, we didn't do any families. There was no families at the compound. And he was like, well, where in the hell did Gracie come from? Like, did Aaron give birth to her or what? And that's when he's like, you didn't think I knew about that. So I had to look it up because I was so curious. I haven't got to that rewatch part yet. A few more seasons for that. But it looked like, I remember it, reading Rick fought a savior. Remember, he fought so hard. And then afterwards, Rick went to sea and he thought it was going to be like weapons or something else. And it was a baby that man fought so hard for. But it also made me think, because C. Cypher here says, I believe Negan was, quote unquote, always fully good. I don't really know exactly what that means. Does he means he was strapped up, or Negan might be having a couple babies out there?
No, I just think he meant Negan was a good person. Where'd you get strapped up?
Oh, because it was right after the abortions. No.
What are you talking about? When you say strapped up, you mean condom?
Yeah. What? No, because he was like, he took women away from them. I don't believe the doctor was doing abortions. I believe Negan was, quote unquote, always good. But yeah, maybe he just meant like always good person.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I read it.
I was like, what the hell does that mean? Does that mean Negan was...
Negan could have no babies. He was always good.
He was always good. That's why I didn't get it. I'm like, I don't know if that's a slang or like guy talk that I'm just not catching. So that's why I was like, I don't know what these young kids are saying these days. I don't know.
She's like, for a grown ass man. He said what he said.
Okay.
I think he meant Negan was always a good person.
Yeah, good person. That makes more sense. Sorry, C. Cypher, don't come for me, please.
And he will come for you.
Yes, he will.
I know he came for me on plenty of Facebook pictures.
Yeah. That's why I said it.
I remember the Halloween, and this is off topic, but the Halloween picture when I had the wig on and everything. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, you like Rick James, and he came on there and said, I like Trick James.
Trick James. That's funny. All right, thank you so much for writing in.
Yeah, thank you.
We have an email today from Chantel. And she says she's sorry she wasn't able to write in last week. And I would have loved to hear that feedback too. Okay, she actually really does want to quickly talk about episode 6. So we're going to do episode 6 real quick. And then episode 7 thoughts. All right, she goes, holy shit, that cold open was so good. All of them have been this season, honestly. The way Connie and Virgil were running, I thought she was trying to get away from him at first. You know, since he likes to roofie people. Then I saw the tall grass moving and was super confused. It wasn't until much later that I realized those crawlers were where we were seeing what we were seeing in the grass in the beginning. Brilliant. Remember when Gary thought they were invisible people?
Yo, I was like, The Walking Dead is on a whole new level.
A whole new level. Season 11, final season.
But you know what? I was with it, though. I was like, oh, shit.
I knew immediately, because as soon as he said invisible people, I was like, nah, I think it's an animal or somebody's crawling. Somebody's low on the ground.
That's what you said. Somebody's crawling, but I didn't believe you.
Yeah.
I believe what my eyes show me.
The torture scene was a mess. I don't do well with the fingernails and the eyeballs. That was some Gitmo, I don't know how to pronounce that, style torture. And Frost was a G about it at first. But what the hell did he tell Pope before Pope killed him? There was a great callback in that scene. Pope asked Daryl if the torturing was bothering him, and Daryl said he'd done worse. Remember when Daryl tortured Randall and Herschel's barn to find out where Randall's people were? Yeah, I was just watching that episode the other day. Because I think that was Dale. Dale was going on and on. This is not us. This is not what we do. We'll lose all humanity. Our Dale was cool. Because he was sticking up to Shane. Shane was all talking to him, talking shit. And Dale kept saying, you's a bad person. Right in his face. Whatever he said behind Shane's back, he said in his face at the same time. So, I like that. But yeah, Daryl did torture that guy, Randall, that went to school with Maggie, blah, blah, blah. And then Shane ended up killing him. That guy, that's so bad, because he thought he was going free. He's like, we'll find my people. He was making all types of plans with Shane. We'll find my people, they right up the road. And then, boop, Shane killed him. I loved the silent effect that they used to give us Connie's perspective. The use of sound, vibrations, and silence was absolutely genius. The crawler creeping up on Virgil, the knife through the wall before he realized it was Connie.
Oh, look at that tails. Call them the crawlers. The crawler.
Lauren Ridloff's acting, she better get a SAG, an Emmy, an honorary Oscar for that shit. Perfection. That antebellum house with the cellar and the pocket doors was a perfect house of horrors. That would have been a bomb Halloween episode.
That would have been a bomb-ass movie. Just period.
Yeah, but she's right. It would have been a good episode to do before Halloween or something. Even though I do wonder if they're taking a break after episode 8. Because I keep seeing ads online saying, watch the first part of Walking Dead final season. I'm like, wait. So they are breaking these 24 episodes into parts. And like you said, it's going to be on for another 2 years before they get to all these episodes.
I said that.
So they might do 8.
I said they calling it one season. We had one last season.
Yeah.
But they about to stretch this into 3 seasons.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it's 24 episodes. So maybe it's 3-parter. I thought of the almost reunion between Beth and Maggie when Connie and Kelly were reunited. I feared that either Connie or Kelly was going to die in that scene. I know, same. The way they both stood out in the open before going to each other had me stressed out. The episode was perfect. Just chef's kiss. Yes.
It was.
It was really good. Still definitely probably top 5 or at least top 10 all-time Walking Dead episodes.
I would say top 3.
Oh.
I mean, and really right now, I can't really think of one better. You know, I could think of one better.
When Carol saves him from Terminus, because that was badass.
No, I was thinking when Negan killed Glenn.
Oh.
Now, that episode.
That was gut-wrenching.
Yeah, that was a gut-wrenching episode, but it was so damn good.
Mm-hmm.
And who's that? That died with Glenn?
What? Are you being funny? Abraham.
I know.
Okay. He just got introduced in the episode I'm on right now in season 4. I'm like, oh, Abraham. Oh, no. And then Glenn with his lie. Oh, not Glenn. Eugene is so awkward. I'm just cringing the more Abraham talks. You need to help me because the end of the world depends on him. I'm like, that dude is lying to y'all. And it's just, I'm like cringe. I'm like having secondhand embarrassment for them because I'm like awkward when they find out.
What did Eugene do before the apocalypse?
Nothing. Play video games.
He was a gamer?
I don't know. I'm just joking. I don't know what he did.
No, but he seems like a gamer.
Yeah, he seems like a gamer. So
you may be right.
Yeah, and that's not a diss to gamers. We have a gamer, actually. We have our very own gamer.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. All right, so episode 7. She goes, Maggie, Negan, Gabe, Elijah. Elijah, that was his name. There's so many names to remember. All right, she goes, my understanding is that they are out looking for food. So why did Maggie tell Elijah, we have to get them? All of them. That statement tells me this is about revenge and food, not just food. Was that ever explicitly discussed? Did I miss something? Did everyone agree that this was a vendetta journey?
I think it was also. And that's what I said. I mean, this really doesn't make sense. Because how do you know the food is still there? I mean, you got your home taken. You know that they went in your refrigerator?
Right. They robbed the house but didn't eat no food? Come on.
Right.
I don't know because, I mean, there was a lot of food when Daryl had showed Daryl, but it was a lot of fresh food. So I'm like, hold on. Even that's good they have that much food, but it's fresh food. So.
Oh, that's what he was locking up.
Yeah.
There was food in there.
Mm-hmm. There was like potatoes and greens.
So they wanted to show it to us.
Yeah, they wanted to show. And then not only that, if we missed that there was food on there, the sign on the door said food storage. I was like, I'm like, what the hell? Why would someone put that there? I'm like, okay, maybe in real times it had food storage. But why would you keep the sign there in the apocalypse if that's also where you're storing your food?
Right. Advertise it.
Yes.
If you want to rob me,
it's right here.
It's a spot.
Right there.
Over there it says guns.
Right. Over there it says medicine. Get all our stuff. Yeah. No, we were just talking about We were just talking about that early in the podcast. Like, it hasn't really been explicit as far as why they want to go back after them so hardcore.
It's not making sense anymore. It's not. I don't understand why are they going at Maggie hardcore, and I don't understand why Maggie want to go back at them hardcore.
Right.
I mean, Maggie had, and I know when I say this, it may sound funny, but Maggie is not one of us anymore.
Okay, I'm not going there with you.
She's not. She's not one of us. She has a home. Who cares if they took that? You have a home. The home you left was Hilltop. Your family's in Alexandria. Your family's in Oceanside. You have a home. Sure. So why are you fighting so hard to take back? You know why she's fighting so hard? Because she's not one of us. She's fighting hard to get her and her people back where her and her people belong.
Possibly. I don't know.
And that whole story don't make it, like I mentioned, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, Chantel continues, I was not loving the dummy mission that Maggie sent Gabe on, and Gabe made me incredibly nervous when he hesitated and decided against killing the priest. Was that guy was a priest?
Yeah.
It was very clear that he is having a serious crisis of conscience right now. Think about his trajectory over the past 2 seasons or so. He officiates Sadiq's funeral, R.I.P. you sexy man you. Then he stabs Dante to death. Then he tells Mary that he is connected to God and God told him to kill her or not believe her or something, I can't remember. Then he is a man of faith again. Then he kills Maze when he and Aaron are on their buddy adventure. Then he prays for strength after encountering the Reapers in the woods. Then he tells the Reaper there is no God and kills him. Then he decides not to kill Reaper Priest because he hears him praying. Which a decision that I think is going to come back to bite him. Reaper Priest is either going to kill him or someone close to him. Especially since he lied to Maggie about seeing someone who he could have killed as instructed. AKA Gabe's going full villain is what she's saying.
Well, she's just saying he's all over the place. I don't think he's going. I think he's just confused. And I like how she like broke down like seasons of Gabriel.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking just this season right here, he's all over the place. And I'm not uncomfortable with him not killing the pastor, the priest. I'm uncomfortable with him lying about it.
Right.
Saying that he didn't see anybody.
Yeah. Because that has some deeper meaning to it.
Right.
All right, she has Daryl. Oh, Daryl, do you guys think he really still loves Leah or is playing the long game? What is his plan? He saw that they almost killed her and she went back to them. Why would he trust that? If he has a chance to leave, she would go with him. How could he trust her knowing how laissez-faire she was about killing the majority of Maggie's new group and taking their homes and supplies? He can't be okay with that, right? And if he is, what the hell is going to happen when he makes it back and Connie is there? Oh, Daryl, and what was he about to tell Leah right before the walkie went off? Some good things there. So, one, I think he's still playing the long game because Daryl he's loyal. He's loyal to the end. And
very loyal.
Very loyal. So, whatever I might say about Daryl's episodes, blah, blah, his personality, no laughing, never smiling, he's loyal. So, I feel he's playing the long game. 2, your second part mentioned how can he trust her? I don't think he does. He's playing, that's still part of part 1. He's playing the long game. He's not okay with this. And so when he finally meets back with Connie, he will be free of Leah and her toxic past and present.
I think he's playing a long game. I don't think he has any feelings for her.
Yeah.
I mean, we already know from the beginning, he said, just give me my dog so I can go.
You're right.
He didn't look at her and say, oh, I missed you.
Right.
Try to give her a hug, try to give her a kiss. He said, give me my dog so I can go.
Yeah. Now, what was he going to tell her before her radio went off? I think he was going to say, like, hey, come, like, I can give you a better life. Like, I don't think he's trying to hook back up with her, but I think he is saying, like, hey, this is someone I used to love. I'm going to try to invite them and try to move them over to the right path.
I don't know if he ever loved her. I think that she was there at a time that he needed her, but he knows that, I mean, she's not loyal. The moment he went to visit his grandma, she's off rent. Mm-hmm. My grandma's sick. I gotta go see her.
I'm out of here, Daryl.
I'm out of here. You better choose me over your grandma.
He should ask her. Well, I was gonna say, why did she leave her people in the first place? But it sounds like she got lost. But even she got lost when he found her. She definitely wasn't on the run looking for her family again.
Yeah.
How she mentioned they never stopped looking for me, but you clearly stopped looking for them. Daryl found you in the cabin in the woods, chilling with the dog.
Right.
You know? All right, and she has the Commonwealth. Are these people for real? They are living in an alternate reality. See, Gary? Or herbal tea, sparkling water, or espresso. Be fastidious with your time. This is weird and kind of scary. Something isn't right. This is not the utopia they claim to be. They showed us a public face just like Terminus did and just like Woodbury. They're gaslighting our people, keeping them separated, and putting them in positions where they're beholden to the Commonwealth. Make a mistake, you have to clear walkers until they say your debt is paid. Mess up again, more time clearing properties. But no one is giving them the rules. Yumiko's brother basically just said, follow the rules and you'll be fine. But he didn't give her the rules. Eugene naturally tried to save those people, and he still got yelled at. Apparently, the rules include a clause that says if you save someone, you have to do it in a way that doesn't bother them. Yeah, right. Why is Yumiko's brother so freaked out that it might slip that he is a doctor? What is going on there? It has to be more than just his desire to stay out of the rat race, you know? Also, I swear to God, that girl at the receptionist desk is the real Stephanie. She was way too interested in Yumiko's friends, so why did they give us a fake Stephanie? It's time for our group to roll out and go home for real. So I know that was a lot there, Gary. Thank you. Right there, Chantel. Well, she has a little bit more, but Yeah, so she's saying it's not real. And she pretty much was saying what I said. This is ridiculous. She didn't mention their outfits, but she did mention, the tea, the sparkling water, espresso, and all that. Like, it's not regular time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad she brought it back up. I don't think anything's wrong with it. But going into the outfits, it is kind of weird that those guys are dressed like stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't dress like stormtroopers in regular time.
And not only that, you can't tell me that's, like, you're able to be agile and stuff, and, like, fight many walkers. You can fight 1 or 2 walkers, but that stuff on you, there's no way you can fight a man hand-to-hand combat.
I don't want to have a job in the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
That's not me. I don't want to have to get up and go to work.
Especially a security job? Are you fucking kidding me?
Put on my stormtrooper outfit. I mean, I wonder if you have a day off? Like
that's what I'm saying.
Saturday, Sunday.
Working all the time doing security, because that's a hard job. You're not just chilling at work for the most part. If in the apocalypse security,
you're not remote.
No, you ain't remote security. If you're security in the apocalypse, they're expecting you probably kill something or somebody every day.
You're not at home watching the first couple of seasons of Walking Dead.
Hush. All right. Yeah, and then their punishments that keep coming. They haven't told them exactly how long their punishment's for, and. That when Mr. Hornsby was like, oh my gosh, you could have asked for whatever you wanted if you just saved him. And I'm like, he did do that. So what's the problem? Why are we still talking? He did save him.
Yeah.
So I didn't get that. And then not only that, if this is supposed to be Commonwealth and everyone's supposed to be equal, even though we know it's not, because Yumiko's brother says, like, wow, like when she's like, what's she like? When Yumiko asks him what's she like, he's like, man, somebody in my position, a baker? I ain't meeting her. And so you're already seeing that classism exist. So to me, when you say like, oh, they're trying to keep things normal, why? The shit's fucked up. This is the perfect time to change it.
I think there's a lot of classism in Commonwealths, right?
I don't know, but
I may be wrong, but it isn't like the royal family and all them. Isn't that a Commonwealth?
Yeah. So, but
they have the queen.
Yeah.
Queen,
yeah. But so that's the thing. This is supposed to be a new world, new order. So you guys are keeping the shitty parts about our system.
But I'm saying that it is called Commonwealth.
Yeah.
And I would think there's a lot of classism in Commonwealth.
Okay. I just didn't like that when he said that. And then later on when the rich guy was acting all rich and sedity because he's the governor's son. We already had a rich asshole governor's son with Diane's sons. Both her kids. So it'd be nice to get something. Actually, the world beyond, their dad is not the governor, but their dad's like high up and they're decent girls. So I didn't like that whole rich guy asshole thing. And then she doesn't even know the rules.
Yeah, it seems like he hasn't dealt with the real world real world as it is right now.
Not at all. Even though he didn't seem too scared of the walkers, it was almost like they were grossed out that they had to see it or that they had to that they got blood on them.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's it was almost in a way. Maybe I'm going too deep. It's almost like Walking Dead, at least in this episode, was kind of making it seem like this rich guy and his girlfriend think of the walkers as like homeless people or something. And
you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't care if they're there, but don't talk to me, don't touch me, I don't want to see you, don't come up to me. It was like that type of vibe to me because they weren't scared. Like, you're not scared of a homeless person, but the rich person might be like, ew, don't touch me, don't come near me.
It depends. It depends.
Not all of them, of course. I'm not like bashing rich people.
No. I'm saying it depends on where you at. If you're scared of homeless people, no.
Yeah.
It depends because I remember we were doing something. We were downtown walking, and there was like just a whole mob of them.
Shut up.
And I'm like, oh shit, they outnumber us right now.
Downtown.
Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh shit, right now they outnumber us. What if they decide? I'm dressed off friends. What if they decide to take what's mine?
What did they say on Game of Thrones when the many stop fearing the few? So
right.
Hey, they should rise up.
What if they take what's mine? They come after me.
They're going to kick you out your house. And then after they kick you out your house and secure it, then they're going to come after you so you don't come back to your house. Yep. That's the way. All right. And then the Stephanie. Okay, so last week or the week before, whenever we saw Stephanie last, when she was getting the ice cream, the real who we think is the real Stephanie. And then I was like, oh, so the fake Stephanie must be Miss Milton. But now that we saw Miss Milton's kid, the lady that's with Eugene is definitely not Miss Milton.
Right.
I still do believe that she might be a fake Stephanie.
She is a fake Stephanie, I believe. But I think Miss Milton may be Stephanie.
What? That Stephanie. No, because then the real Stephanie, the one who we think is the real Stephanie, why would she be sitting there answering phones?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I know, I'm so conflicted on, and then now that all that's messed up, like all that changes in my head, I'm thinking, why did they switch Stephanies?
Well, maybe the secretary works close to Miss Milton. She was, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of thought what you're thinking. I'm thinking, okay, what if the real Stephanie is higher up than what, either two things. What if she's really higher up than what she says? So now she can't really actually connect with Eugene. So what if she's sort of maybe not in charge with Miss Milton, but what if she's high up in that council or something?
Or she just worked for Miss Milton.
Yeah.
So she can't be herself.
Right. Yeah, because her name the real Stephanie may not even be Stephanie. Her name might not be Stephanie.
Right.
But I'm still, especially with them showing us that lady again, and her, like how Chantel said, she was questioning, like, how your friends, are they going to be okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm going to say that's the real Stephanie still. The other fake Stephanie, I don't know who she is, what she wants, what she's doing. Even though her and Eugene sort of seem to have a little bit of moment. So, I hope Eugene doesn't fall for fake Stephanie.
Yeah, I hope she's not playing my boy.
Yeah.
Eugene been through enough.
But it's been a while since we've had a love triangle, so, you know. All right, she has randomness. Negan coaching Maggie on how to be a whisperer was mildly amusing. I was also grossed out because there is no way that enough time had passed for those masks to be completely dry. They were probably all moist and soft and gag. Ew, I didn't even think of that.
Right.
All I thought was, okay, if they can put mask on, be a walker, why wouldn't you put, I'd rather do the mask skin on my arm or mask like waistband. Like, rather than putting it over my face.
Right, because you could use your... we seen walkers with regular face.
Yeah, because you just turned. You just turned.
All you gotta do is just make an ugly face.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe you slap a little blood on your face like there. But I like the whole full mask. I don't think I'd be down for that ever.
Right. It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to be a walker that's been dead for a while?
Right.
I want to be a fresh walker.
Fresh walker. I gotta be 48 hours or less walker.
Get that mask away from me, nigga. I want to be a fresh walker.
Fresh one.
I just turned.
Negan and Maggie are magnetic. I don't mean it in a sexual way. I mean that the tension is always there. They move around one another, always aware of where the other is. It is really fun to watch.
I don't know. That sounds pretty sexual. Magnetic.
Yeah. But, like... the disrespect I would feel if she messed with Negan after the fact that he killed Glenn.
What's Glenn gonna do about it?
Shut up. And even going back, watching that Governor season, Maggie is the one that snitched and told them where they were. But Glenn was a real G because they were about to kill Maggie. And Glenn was like, I still ain't saying nothing.
Glenn didn't give his people away for nothing.
And then Glenn took the... I like how Glenn, like, you know, didn't rat Maggie out. He was like, Rick, I'm sorry, we couldn't hold on any longer. And I'm like, no, Maggie's ass couldn't hold on any longer. You was good, Glenn.
He was ready to die.
Right. No, he was ready for her to die. Because remember, they had the gun, to her head and told him, tell us where they are, where your people are. And then when they put it to Glenn's head, that's when she's like, no, we're at the prison. Yeah. I'm like, man, you guys sometimes you let people go.
Well, you know, if she would have died, Glenn knew he would have been next.
Yeah, but he still held out.
Yeah, he held out.
Yep.
Hey, babe, if something like that ever happened with us, well, here's what I was saying. I know you give it up.
Man, I've been told y'all I was gonna give it up. They don't need to bring out no guns. They don't need the theatrics. Man. I'm snitching right away. I ain't got time to be scared and beaten and all that other shit.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Man, nah, it's too scary for me. I ain't got time. All right.
I would like to think I wouldn't give anybody up.
I mean,
I would have think that okay, it don't matter what they do to me, I'll take any pain. But I don't know. Never been through it.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, in theory, I would like to not give people up, but I already know I don't like pain. So, yeah, if they're talking about breaking my finger, come on, what am I supposed to do?
Hold up, you said talking about. You mean they didn't ask you to break a finger yet?
No, why would you wait till the pain to come on? Now you're already in pain and you snitch. You might as well only snitch and not be in pain. Come on, man.
This is a mental note. In case of zombie apocalypse, take the kids and run.
Take them and run, man. Because, man,
Don't tell the code where we going.
I'm be scared. Yeah, I'll snitch. I'll be like the guy in this episode. Let me take you to my family. What the fuck? Now, I in a perfect world, I mean, I would like to think I would be brave enough, but I don't know when it comes to pain. You know.
Yeah, I think you know.
I don't want to be in pain. So, all right, let's continue. When Elijah asked if Negan had changed, Maggie said yes. Can't know that though. We said we can't know that. Did she mean there's no way to know if he's changed because we can't trust him? Or does it mean I don't want to know whether he has changed because I'm going to kill him either way and I don't want to feel bad about it? I'm going to say the former because I think she was just like still not wanting to trust him. So she's like, I don't know if he changed. Yeah, he looked like he changed. He sounded like he changed. He's acting like he's changed. But if he's really changed and you acknowledge that somebody's changed, then can you still hate them for their past?
I get what you're saying.
You know, so she wants to continue hating him, but she might feel like I can't hate him any longer. You know.
You think she turned on by the bad boy?
I don't think she's turned on. I don't know if we'll ever see Maggie with anyone else now that the other love interest that we thought is gone. Alden is always still potential, but
I think it's gonna be Negan.
That would be so disrespectful. Fans would hate it. I would hate it. I'm telling you now.
You would still watch. I
would still watch, but I would hate it.
I mean, Negan is part of the group now.
Nah, there's some things you can't turn back.
Hold up, you still not claiming him?
I mean, he's an outlier. He's not, he's not in, but he's not fully out, which I know is not the definition of an outlier. But in this case, he's semi part of the group.
Nah. He's been with the group for years. We're not just gonna, say, nah, you can't be a part because Maggie came back.
He's been in the jail for years. He's only been a part of the group for, a few months.
No, he's been out longer than a few months.
He got out when Alpha came, right? And Rosita had her baby.
You are right.
And Rosita's baby is still a baby. So he's actually technically only been out probably for a couple months.
Well, he's been out. They had him on work release plenty of times. Because remember, even when he was in jail, he would get out to go tend to the gardens, to do this, do all type of stuff.
Familiar. Yeah.
He just had to get locked in his room at night.
Okay, she has last one. She goes, when Maggie was lecturing Negan, she said something about leaving instead of feeding your people. Was that her acknowledging that he earned a place in the group while she was gone?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think he earned a place.
Yeah, I don't remember that part, so I don't know. But all depends on Negan's response. And then she ends it with, oh, hey, Miss Gloria, it was cool to hear your letter this week the week before last. # Gary's mom rocks. She goes, Tiff, Mike, I'm going to need proof of life from you two. Right. We did get proof of life from Tiffany on Twitter, but Mike, let's hear.
I think we always get proof of life from Tiffany on Twitter.
Gary and Nicole, your work on this pod is more and more awesome with each episode. You guys kill me. I find myself wanting to talk back while listening. You got some magic going. Let us know how we can support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chantel. I would love for podcasting to replace my 9 to 5 one day.
I think it's still a hobby for me.
Yeah, I just love talking about TV shows. Yeah, so it's like one of my favorite
we love
things.
watching. We love talking about it. I mean, if we're not potting about it, believe we're still talking about it.
Yeah, we're still talking.
We're cracking each other up.
Right. All right, and then she had a few Twitter messages I wanted to read real quick. Okay, she goes, I really wish Maggie pushed back more against Negan when he talked about losing his people. he wouldn't have lost the ones at the satellite station if he hadn't been terrorizing the region, going into communities, taking half everyone's stuff, and killing someone brutally to make a statement about his power. Remember, his people stopped Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl on the road and was going to kill one of them and take the gas truck. Right out of the gate, they were being assholes. Additionally, the comment about where did Aaron get Gracie is bullshit. He got Gracie during the war, after Negan killed Glenn and Abraham and terrorized our people for a full season. Tell him.
What do we find out that Gracie is Negan's baby?
Well, when he said, that's why I'm curious, because we always thought that guy was fighting hard for the Gracie because he was the father, which probably was true at that time, but they could always change the story to be like he was fighting so hard for that baby because that was his leader's baby.
Right.
You know, they can all. I mean, there's some wiggle room for them to change it.
I wonder, do we have DNA tests in the zombie apocalypse?
I don't know if there was home DNA tests in 2010.
You know
possibly.
what? You know what a DNA test is? Probably it's probably somebody's grandma. Cause grandma knows. She can look at baby like.
She's just gonna look at the baby.
That baby don't look like you.
That baby ain't got our nose. We all got the same nose.
Right.
Grandma, go sit your ass down. All right, now.
Yo, grandma be knowing.
Grandmas be knowing. They do.
That baby don't like nobody in this family.
I wonder if I'll be a grandma be knowing one day.
Nah, you a new school grandma.
Yeah. I mean, those new school. Hey, kids, come on, turn up.
They ain't gonna know nothing.
I know. Grandma, do you have any famous recipes you can pass down to us? Nah, just order Uber Eats. Man, the world has done lost the culture and the traditions passed on. All right, she goes, she has a little bit more. And she goes, the stuff playing over the loudspeaker at the Commonwealth, yes, I'm so glad you brought this up because I thought that, is totally North Korea style propaganda. That's the Commonwealth way.
Wow.
Join the Commonwealth. It's like the stuff they play over the loudspeaker throughout, I don't know what city that is. Something ain't right.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying about the Commonwealth. It is very classism. It's dictator. Is it dictatorship? Is that a word?
Dictatorship or something? I don't know.
Because I'm about to make up a word for
y'all.
y'all.
Dictatorism.
That's very dictatorism. Oh, that kind of went.
Yeah, it does. It works.
I think you could just add ism to anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very the co-ism right there.
But yeah, I agree, because when they play, and then I thought they were also being a little cheeky with what we were saying all throughout 2020 with COVID, which is we're all in this together. And I was like, bullshit. Like, no, we're not.
No, I actually had to go to work, so I was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
We're not in this together.
Well, not only that, because even Yumiko was like, oh, your accommodations would be so much better if you're a doctor. So we definitely know there's some, which I don't fault them. Like, if I'm over here cutting in lungs and arms and doing bullshit all day in the doctor's office, I better go home to a nice, sweet living condition. Whereas Yumiko's brother was like living in a dorm, what he said.
Yeah, but I mean, he made it his own.
Yeah.
I think however you make it or wherever you do, like, especially if, like, let's say I would stay in a dorm, but if the people around me are the bomb,
yeah, y'all have fun.
We having fun.
Right.
I enjoy the conversation. I mean, why would I want to be alone here, work all day, all type of hours, then come home by myself?
Right. Well, I wonder if like married couples have different accommodations, or couples like living together, like we would like to keep turn our singles into a double, like two singles in for
That's
one double.
That's also something I thought that was weird during the zombie apocalypse, like people getting together during the zombie apocalypse. Like, I could see if you're like already coupled up during it, but if your significant other died, man, you're free.
Yeah, I ain't gotta worry about nobody else.
I ain't gotta worry about nobody. I ain't gotta worry about nobody but myself.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, in some way, yes, I get it, but at the same time, like, it is the end of the world, so you kind of want to know that somebody has, like, one person in this world cares about you more than anybody else, and you just want to, like, someone has your back.
No, you're right. You're right.
So, thank you.
Look at me.
Yeah, for saying that you'd be free. That's crazy.
Thinking like a man. Look at me. Tripping
real hard. All right, Chantel, thank you so much for all your
Thanks,
messages
Chantel.
here. This was great.
Thanks,
and I'm
Chantel.
so glad she brought that up because
thanks, Alma.
Yep.
C Cypher.
All right, so I ain't fearing shit and most likely to die. Who you got for I ain't fearing shit?
I would give it to Eugene. I mean, Eugene out here saving people now. I mean, Eugene clearing houses, clearing walkers like it's not nothing. This is not the Eugene that we met. This is a whole new Eugene. I mean, he still go full scared from time to time. But, I mean, he wasn't fearing shit. Went there, ready to kill a walker, slapped a dude. Or did he punch him?
Nice. He did punch him.
Yeah, he punched him. I think it'd probably been doper he would have slapped him.
Yeah. Man, how do you live after that?
Yeah, because that dude deserved to be slapped.
Yeah, that was a slappable face.
Yeah. That was amazing. But yeah, Eugene, not fearing shit. Who you got?
I didn't have anyone until you brought up Eugene, and I think you made really good points. Because even when we were watching it, I was like, look at Eugene killing, like, you know, looking all strong and confident. Even Stephanie, like, no, who in their right mind has ever came to Eugene to try to get his attention for something? Stephanie's for help. Stephanie was the first person. So that shows she has the confidence in Eugene and like she sees his potential. And I think he's slowly starting to live up to his potential.
Yeah, we've seen his potential.
Yeah. I mean, he's smart. He knows a lot. Yes, does he have weird little sayings? Yeah, but you can get past that. For the most part, he's harmless. Although we do, if we're going to talk about, you know, Virgil and his Quaaludes, we need to talk about Eugene, his past too. You know what I'm saying? So he does have a little creepy past, but we're gonna forgive that for now. I mean, you know, the audience has chosen to forgive that, since it seems like Rosita has chosen to forgive that. So anywho,
oh, that's wrong.
Anywho, I ain't fearing shit. That was a long story to say. I ain't fearing shit goes to Eugene as well for me.
Oh, we agree.
I know. Boom.
Fist pump.
Now, who do you got for most likely die?
Oh, Daryl's gonna die. I don't think Daryl's gonna make it out.
Daryl.
But
what about him and Carol's show?
Oh man. Okay, I'm wrong. I wish they would have told me about that.
I know.
Because
talk too much.
I would be more confident in it. But you're right. Let me reel that back in.
All right.
I wonder how did him and Carol get a show? They better come at the end of the season. They better be the only two that end up together.
Yeah.
They lost or something and move on. But you are right. So I'm gonna say, what is Daryl's ex-girlfriend name?
Leah.
I'm gonna go with Leah.
Yeah, that's a good one actually.
And the reason I was going with Daryl is because I think the guy told Pope something. When he said he tortured him after he left.
Right.
So he gave something up.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking Daryl. But yeah, I think I'm gonna move that over to Leah.
Gary, I'm gonna have to copy you again. I think that's another good one. Leah. Yep. Yeah, because eventually she's kind of already weaning off of it, and even Daryl said like, okay, did you see this shit back here that your boss is doing? And you know, she's like, oh, he's stressed, da da da. He's like, so after y'all kill everybody, then he's gonna go back to being a nice guy? Like, is this, you know,
right?
What's gonna happen? He's gonna probably be the same asshole he is now. Y'all fearing him, and all. You shouldn't be fearing your leader of your group, you know. And
well, there should be some type of fear there.
Yeah.
Or you know, it doesn't have to be fear. You just have to have confidence in him.
Yeah. But not only that, Leah saying, "Hey, I'm gonna tell Pope you killed them." So not only is she gonna lie to Pope about who killed him, she's gonna lie to Pope about who all was killed.
Well, yeah, she's not gonna lie to Pope about.
Well, yeah, because Daryl did
them being killed,
the lady, but she was already dead, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's slowly easing up and she's getting that conscience, or maybe she'll like end up seeing Judith or a kid and be like, oh no. So yeah, I think she's gonna end up getting killed.
Yeah. And
then that's when Daryl will reunite with Connie. He doesn't know how to act, and it's gonna be, you know, a rough path for them, for their relationship to actually officially start.
Yeah, so. He'll have to start signing again.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that sign language. Ooh, hit the table. Doing that sign language.
Right. All right. That's all we got. It looks like we'll get Connie next week, though. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And then I guess we'll find out by next week if episode 8 is the first half, like if they're gonna be taking a break, you know, we should know by next week. I mean, I'm pretty sure we should know now, but we will definitely know by next week.
Right.
And then the only other announcement is, I know we said we were gonna do American Crime Story impeachment, we still are.
We are.
We just clearly don't have the bandwidth to do more than one episode a week right now. So I think as soon as this one goes off,
I think this has been I mean, you've been out of town the last couple of weekends.
I was out of town 2 weekends in a row.
Right. So there's been a lot of traveling.
Yeah. But now I'm home. I'm home for good. No, I'm just joking. But I am home, so we'll see what we can do. But we still have only watched the first episode. That way we're potting fresh and we're not like actually spoiling anything from future episodes. So hopefully when that comes out, you guys will be able to listen to it if you've been watching or watch with us, whatever the case may be. That will be on the Verdicts In feed. All right, that is all we got. Until next week, I'm Nicole.
I'm Gary.